Hi, I'm Mark. This is Mark's Tech Blogs on YouTube, and today I'm going to bring you guys a review of Aqara's new H2 UK power plug. Now, first up, we should address the elephant in the room, and that is that Aqara are incredibly late to the smart plug market in the UK. However, as you'll see throughout this review, whilst they've come in late, they've also come in with a really high quality smart plug. And I've said it before on this channel, but smart plugs are one of the easiest ways to make things smart in your smart home. They don't involve any rewiring, they simply involve unplugging something, plugging in the smart plug, and then plugging that something into the smart plug. Now, Aqara kindly sent me this in advance of it actually officially going on sale, and so at the time of recording, I've been using this for about 6 weeks. If you want to buy it, it is for sale now for around £33. Now, this does make it one of the pricier smart plugs, but there is a good reason for that, as I'll get into as we go into spec. So let's go into spec. So firstly, this is a dual protocol smart plug. That means it can work with either Zigbee or Matter, and you can choose that mode during the setup. Now, you do get a few more extra features if you use it in Zigbee mode, but of course, if you use it in Zigbee mode, you're going to need an Aqara hub. If you use it in Matter mode, you don't need an Aqara hub. You can just use whatever your existing smart home hub is, so something like an Apple HomePod Mini. This means it's really easy to get into places like Apple Home and Home Assistant straight away. The other good news for Apple users is that with iOS 27, we are finally getting power monitoring for smart plugs in the Apple Home app. That means later this year, that will be a feature that's part of this product. Alongside Home Assistant and Apple Home, which I talk a lot about on this channel, it does work with some other third-party services as well, which I haven't tested, but it should be worth mentioning. So it can work with things like Samsung SmartThings, Google Home, and Amazon Alexa. In terms of power, this is a 13 amp plug, and it can support devices up to 3,250 watts, which means you can safely use this on something like a washing machine. It can operate between -20 and 50 degrees Celsius as well. That means you can use it in a dry space like a garage, but of course you shouldn't get it wet. It also has a feature built into the Aqara app where you can turn on a child lock for the button on this device. Alongside that, there's another feature in the Aqara app where you can set the maximum power. This enables you to add advanced protection if you want to, so if you don't want it to go up to about 3,000 odd watts, you can tweak that. It also features a really unique charging protection mode. That basically means if the plug has been below 3 watts for half an hour or more, it will turn itself off. In terms of the power monitoring features, in the Aqara app, you can see today's total power, monthly power consumption, and current power consumption. You can also dive into these a little bit more. If you add it into Home Assistant, energy and power sensors get exposed along with the power button itself. And honestly, this is one of the most feature-packed smart plugs I've seen. And actually, the only real plug I think you can compare it to is one of the Shelly ones, which also has a local API. I've been using one of those for about 3 years now, and I will review that on this channel at some point in the future. But continuing with the Aqara plug, let's talk about design. So it's not the slimmest smart plug in the world, but the round design does help it look slim. The main thing is that the width is small enough to not block any other sockets next to it. Overall, it's a nice design and it does feel really high quality. So let's talk about setup, and it's going to be brief because setup is really easy. So basically you plug it in and then you head into the Aqara app. For me, I got a pop-up straight away in the app asking me to set it up, but if you don't, you just hit the plus and then you find the product or scan the Matter QR code on the side of it. The first thing you'll get during setup will be a prompt to switch it between Matter or Zigbee mode. Matter is the default, which means if you don't want to use it in the Aqara app, you just want to add it straight to something like Apple Home, you can do that. And of course that means if you do want to keep it in Matter mode, you don't even need to add it to the Aqara app at all. But you do get some more features when you do that. Now, I switched mine to Zigbee to test all of the features, and I bound it to my Aqara M3 hub. All of this paired nice and easily. And because my Aqara M3 hub was already added to Home Assistant and Apple Home, the plug automatically appeared in those places. All I had to do was head into those respective apps and actually assign it to the right room and give it a name. So all of that setup process was nice and easy, so let's talk about using it. And as I said at the start of this review, I have been using it for about 6 weeks, and I've used it in Apple Home, Home Assistant, and in the Aqara app. Now, at the moment in Apple Home, it is just exposed as a on-off plug. There's no energy monitoring, although that is due with iOS 27. That's not just an Aqara thing in iOS 27, that's for all smart plugs that expose that. In Home Assistant, you get the plug plus energy, power, and active current. Now in the Aqara app, Apple Home and Home Assistant apps, you can easily turn on and off the power to this device. It's super responsive and it responds really quickly. That also means you can control it with something like Siri via your phone or a HomePod Mini. However, where smart plugs are really useful is when you can tie them into automations and do things automatically. And I've talked about the ways I use smart plugs before on this channel, and I even use it as a way of achieving geofencing. But what I've been doing with this Aqara one to test it out is I've had it hooked up to my kitchen extractor hood. Now my kitchen extractor hood is a recirculating one. That basically means it's not actually taking the air anywhere, it's just pushing it around the room. But the other side of my kitchen does have a proper extractor fan. That's hooked up to a Tua smart plug. That is also added in my Home Assistant instance. That means I've had a couple of automations set up for this smart plug from Aqara. Now basically my automations detect the power consumption, and if it's above a certain level, then it will turn on that wall extractor as well, because it means the kitchen extractor is on. If it drops below a certain level, it will turn off that extractor. This has been working really reliably and also kicks in really quickly. I've also tested out the on-off automations in Apple Home, and they work really well as well. That means if you had this hooked up to something like a lamp, you could have it turn on automatically if presence was detected. In terms of those power assumptions, they do update really quickly in the Aqara app and also in Home Assistant. In the Aqara app, you can also track the power usage over time, which is great. As I've said with other reviews before, tracking power consumption isn't something I particularly do, but it is something a lot of people like to do. There's also some nice extra features that you do get in the Aqara app. That includes the ability to cap the maximum power. That means if it exceeds that, it will turn off. This is a really nice safety feature. I also like that it supports the ability for you to turn off the light on the device, and also a child lock to disable the device button. Although when it's hooked up to a socket that a child can either pull out or turn off the main switch, I don't quite get the point of this, but it's a nice feature to have. But are there any downsides? And really the main downside in my opinion is just the price. And that is because it is one of the more expensive smart plugs out there. Now that is because it's packed with features and it can support higher wattage usage, but also that it can switch between Matter and Zigbee. And so really when you're considering a smart plug, you're going to want to think about if those features are anything you particularly want, and then maybe look at a cheaper one if that doesn't quite tick your boxes. But all in all, what's my verdict? With its ability to safely handle over 3,000 watts and packed with other safety features as well, plus the ability to switch between Zigbee and Matter, this is probably one of the most versatile smart plugs out there. And Aqara have done a sort of classic Apple trick with this smart plug. They've waited a long time to release one, and then when they have done it, they've done something that is incredibly good. If you do want to pick one up, I will put a link below. That will go to Amazon in whichever country you're in, and that's an affiliate link. That means if you use that link and make a purchase, I'll get a very small cut of what you spend at no cost to yourself, and that just helps this channel out. If you've got any questions about this product, stick them below. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys again soon.